so nice. What's up, Internet? Coast Velocity here from Six Flags St. Louis. I've never been here before. I'm super excited. There's a Mr. Freeze clone, and I love Mr. Freeze, and their boss, and another GCI that I get to ride, and yeah. This is new. Oh, that's cool. They have the gateway arch. But you know, when we were driving here, I was thinking it would be cool if they put a roller coaster on top of it. Even though that'll never happen. Already, I'm loving this entrance. It looks really nice. More awesome theming. You got this little clock here, and then funnel cakes, which I must have one because I always have to have one of these. And these buildings, very nice. So interesting looking Batman clone that I haven't seen go yet. And then Ninja. There's a boomerang back there. American Thunder looks fun. The Flash Fast thing told us that Batman gets a long line. I wonder why, because it seems like this is where everyone's going. It looks so cool. They're usually like brightly colored or something. Like, that one's nice. Oh, yeah. There's already a line forming. Waiting on maintenance. We're gonna go ride Ninja because we're not waiting around for that. So that's gonna be cool. Ninja's an interesting ride. It's a kind of a mashup between Arrow and Vekoma. They both partially constructed it. If I remember correctly, it was built for some kind of World's Fair event, and then Six Flags.
It's not ready yet.
And then Six Flags ended up buying the park. I mean, buying the ride, and I forgot the reason that Vekoma ended up taking it over. But I will look that up later. This was very obviously once a Panda Express. Hiya! Looks okay. Are you excited for this? I hope it doesn't abuse you too much. That was
fantastic.
Quite a ride. Yeah, Brandon really had a lot of fun because he wasn't getting abused as much as I was. It was like, as soon as it went around the corner and started like jerking around, I was like, oh no. And it's bumpy. It was fun though. It was forceful, especially when it gets toward the bottom. And the corkscrews were fun.
Double loops are great always.
Oh yeah, that was like one of the actual smooth parts of the ride. Right. This is an Air of Vekoma. Vekoma row.
Just shake on it.
Yeah, but that was cool and an interesting experience. It actually probably would ride it again, but it just kind of was a little abusive. So we're gonna go on the mine train that looks like it could fall apart any minute. It's covered in rust and it doesn't look very well supported as we make our way around this cool looking park. Ugh. I have a love-hate relationship with this ride. Like, I enjoyed it, but I also hated it at the same time. Gotta love the sound of that lift, though. The 50-year-old mine train. How was that, Brandon?
I'm glad there was no airtime. That's all.
Yeah, there was like what looked like a speed hill, and Brandon's like, I don't want airtime. Yeah, that thing was so janky. Like when it first started, it just kept slamming me into him, just like doo doo doo. Yeah, that was an experience, that's for sure. It's one of the oldest arrows we've ever ridden. Might be the oldest arrow you've been on.
I don't know.
50 years old, she said?
What's Cedar Creek Mine?
I don't know.
Probably somewhere.
Yeah. It makes Cedar Creek Mine Ride, like, feel like a ride actually worth riding.
Pretty sure Trailblazing's only like 40.
Yeah. Oh, look, a boomerang, guys. I'm so excited for a boomerang. I guess we're getting on the boomerang. I was lying, but actually these are kind of fun. If they're not in bad shape, which from the rate things have been going, I'm not so sure how good of condition this thing is in. The worst boomerang I've ever ridden. Like, that cobra roll, you can't even brace for the jankiness. It shakes you in every direction. And it starts off relatively smooth, and then it gets messed up. Shut up! Oh, look, there it goes. Not a coaster. No. See, you hear the motor constantly going. It doesn't coast. But yeah, that was still fun. I like boomerangs. I wouldn't really recommend this one though. Like, unless you get the credit. You just ride it and never look back. But we're gonna go on Screaming Eagle. Let's ride Screaming Eagle. It's the wooden coasters here that I'm most excited about. So far, every steel coaster we've been on is like pretty bad. But I think the woodies here, like, they look really good. At least from POVs that I've seen. And it's kind of hard to go wrong with the GCI. Even the worst ones are like still really good. And I hear Boss is amazing. So, something to look forward to. Alright, I finally got on a ride that I truly enjoyed here. That was really cool. It was it was almost like a discount Boulder Dash without all the airtime. Like, it has like a lot of hills. And it has a pretty good floater, and it carries its speed really well throughout the entire layout, and it was like a nice long ride. I would imagine at night it's like really cool too. But I would go on this like a lot more times. But I'll probably end up riding Boss and be like, well, never mind. Found a different Woody to ride. So good. This ride is so awesome. Now we're going over to Mr. Freeze. Pandemonium Clone. I hope this is better than the one in New England. We thought this was a kiddie coaster because you couldn't see most of it, but yeah. This will probably be an actual decent steel coaster here. The Pandemonium Clone was down, so I think we're gonna get food. I don't want to eat here though. Oh my god. This is obviously probably the best ride here, unless Boss is just like the most amazing Woody ever. These things are just crazy. I hope it's as good as the Texas one though, and I'm not overhyping it for myself and for Brandon. These are always nice, especially in the summertime. These little tree I love that sound. People always go on about being them roars, but it's the premier, old school premier roars that are king. Actually, I'm just obsessed with this ride. I really am. Like, it's so bad. Not the ride. My obsession with this ride is just like so bad. Oh, there it goes. Oh yay, we're going on it. Q house is all lit up. Does it go straight up to the... Oh, wow. There's so much more in the Texas Q. And it does have the dual station. A walk-on? This is awesome. Oh, I missed it coming out. Oh. So, it doesn't feel quite as fast-paced, unfortunately, as the Texas one, but it's still just about as good. And like that is, oh my god, it's like this park is fortunate to have this right. That was really cool. These things are so wild. I wish Premier still made rides like this instead of like full throttle and all that. This looks like a good GCI. This ride is operating at reduced capacity, which may result in longer wait times. It's a fun little GCI. I liked it more than White Lightning. It's kind of lower on my list of GCIs, but they're all really good though. And we rode in row 3. I think the back is probably a little better on this one. But it's got a nice, twisty, interesting layout, and it's just like it goes on forever. It just keeps going and going, and it has floater and like fun turns. But yeah, Boss looks crazy though. I want to go ride that one. You can't see it now from lower, but at this turn, and it has like a double down thing going on. One of the best wooden coasters ever. It goes on forever too. You know, it's got airtime and positive views and laterals and like really good pacing. It would also make a crazy RMC if they ever decide to do that. But, oh, that was so good. Quite a while to get over to this section. And that is a very good thing because this is a very, very long ride. And like, it was wild. It was wild and out of control. And I hate that we have to walk away and go get other credits because I just want to ride this. It's the best ride here. I liked it more than Mr. Freeze, but that's because this Mr. Freeze isn't as good as the other one. This is one of the Texas Pandemoniums. It's not like the New England one. These are better. One of these I've been on. It doesn't trim at all. We were spinning like the teacups ride by the time you get to the brake run. It's insane. I'm still getting my equilibrium back. I'm a little dizzy. Woo! So that's one of the hidden gems at this park. You got to ride the Pandemonium clone. This is like the best one ever. Now we're off to Batman after trimless Pandemonium. The insanity that was. I've still not yet seen this thing go. I don't know what it does. It looks interesting. And it'll be really cool if I get on it without even seeing it cycle, so I have no idea what to expect happens. Batman! Batman broke down, so I'm being dragged onto the Headache Express. I wonder if it's running faster now because it's been going. It's so funny. I've never seen a park where the ride breaks down and then everyone just abandoned ship like immediately. Everybody was just fleeing the line. Hopefully it's back up later. What a ride. I wish they had more of these in other parks that I've been to. I'd ride it every time. Oh, you just get one rotation. This thing sounds like a jet engine. It's over really quickly though. One strange flat ride. Like when it starts, it must be at least like 3 G's or more that it starts just spinning like a centrifuge, and then once it starts to rotate, your cart starts wobbling, so it's almost like you're swinging even though it's slowly just tilting over. And then it's like you don't know which direction you're facing. At one point it's way up at the top and you're looking at the ground. You end up going upside down like at some point. Like this thing was weird. It was really fun though. And it's just like constant G-force the entire time because it just spins up at the bottom. Like it's so cool. Turns out Excalibur is actually very historic. It's a flat ride that's been traveling around at German beer festivals since the 1980s and in the 90s, and apparently used to run like 5-minute cycles and have you up at the top spinning around and the bottom spinning around, and this one just kind of goes over once, but that's pretty good because I'm sure like it would look like a roller coaster tycoon with just like piles of, you know, yeah, anyway. I'm sure that ride made a lot of people sick, and that's probably why they don't do it. But yeah, this is actually the only one left in the world, so we just wrote a very historic and rare flat ride credit that I totally wish was at more parks because it was really awesome. Excalibur again. Oh, such a good ride. I appreciate even more now, knowing how historic it is. But I love the ride operator. She said, if you get queasy, be sure to turn to your neighbor because at Six Flags, sharing is caring, which is great. But yeah, I think I'm gonna go ride the Enterprise real quick, if it's short. But yeah, that was really fun. I didn't really get nauseous on it. I do sometimes on those, but I just like the G-force. It feels really cool, and then like the thing rocks as it's turning over and it's all clanky and creaky. It's quite an experience. Oh yeah, I highly recommend it if you come here. You should ride it. I just rode Supergirl. This is my first time on one of these. It's like a next generation Enterprise, or it you know, kind of starts flat like this and slowly starts to rise and tilt over, and eventually you're going upside down. It's fairly forceful, actually, and the restraints are a little tight. They were giving me a hug, giving me a squeeze to make sure I'm not gonna go anywhere. So, but yeah, it was a fun ride. I like this thing. Every time I see one, I always end up going past it, and I just don't end up riding it. So like, I thought, why not? And went ahead and went for a ride. So glad I did. It was fun. I don't like it as much as Excalibur though. That thing is just wild. It's got lights and a bat signal and one train ops with all these people. Man, Clone sure is underrated. I don't know why no one talks about this one. It rattles, but it sure is forceful. Woo! We would go on it again if it wasn't for the fact that it's running one train, and not very often either. So, but I'm glad we got to experience that. That was really cool. Gotta love the paint. And I like the station on this one. It has lots of lights inside and the bat signal and all that. It's really cool. They all have some unique little theming elements inside. I wonder what the rest of the queue looks like. I don't know how they managed to come up with something so amazing. It's so simple. It's just a launch and a top hat and an overbank turn, and then this big old spike, and then you do it all over again. And wow. Stand corrected. It was a little sluggish this morning. That was a lot closer to the Fiesta one. That one I think is still slightly better, but like we just recorded 5.4 Gs, so yeah. That was incredible. That was way better than this morning. It was like really sluggish this morning. Like, jeez, this is an amazing ride. It's just, it's a genius layout.
In DC, and then they had like a couple Six Flags St. Louis shirts.
They were out of strawberries at the front. But look, I've never tried caramel drizzle vanilla ice cream funnel cake. I can deal with that. Exciting all the way to the end. And this really weird brake run that it has. It just stops abruptly at like in the back. It's weird. Here it comes. These are like really bizarre trains too. I like their wheel assemblies, dude. They look like freight trains or something. I don't know if they steer or not.
Welcome back, guys.
It doesn't feel like it. Oh my god. This thing in the front row is insane. The back is too, but like that was wild. And there's like a straight section of track because the drop is a double down, but it drops and then it goes straight and it drops down again. It's just like sends you barreling toward the edge of a cliff. It's so crazy. It's like you're surrounded by wood, so you get this crazy sensation of speed as you're just flying full speed and just drops down, and it's smoother in the front. Like everything is better in the front, except you don't get as much airtime, but it's fine because it's not always about the airtime. There was one turn that had such high positive G's that it actually it popped my restraint down like another click. So yeah, that felt like a crazy CCI coaster. Like that's one hidden gem they have here. Like if they had this at Great Adventure, I would not be mad. I mean, I'm not saying it's better than El Toro, but it's right up there with some of the best wooden coasters I've been on. We're getting our last ride of the night. The last ride of the night on the Boss, the best wooden coaster I've been on in a long time. Like this thing I think this thing even gives Outlaw a run for its money. Like, if you pardon the pun. Obviously, I'm partial to RMCs, but this thing is really good. So, like, no one else is here. We're gonna get the last ride of the night. I would sit all the way in the back, but it bangs up my knees because there's no space back there. But what a nice ride. In conclusion, I have no idea which end of the train is better because that back row ride was insane. And I wasn't banging my knees on the thing because we sat in the front of the car and I could enjoy it more, and I got plenty of room and I was flying up in the air. It was great. We were just squealing like a couple of children. Oh man. But I guess we have to say goodbye to this awesome park with Mr. Freeze and the Boss and that Batman clone that's crazy, and then that cool German flat ride that's like the last of its kind, and American Thunder was cool. Screaming Eagle was fun. I think, you know, that could actually make a really good RMC also, and it's like just like this one, and if it went a little faster it would be pretty crazy. Oh yeah, their Pandemonium clone, that thing spins like crazy, and it's trimless, and like I've never seen anything like that either. So this is a good park. I can't say anything bad about this park except for Ninja and what was the other ride that we rode that I talked bad about? Oh, Brandon loves Ninja. Ninja tried to kill me. Like, it was beating me up, and it just blessed him. I don't know. Look at this turn. But yeah. There was another ride I didn't like either. I don't remember which one it was. It was like one of the first two we rode. Boomerang. Oh yeah, that Boomerang is a piece of shit. But on that bombshell, it's time to end the show.